Mayem, Debidim, good morning. My name is Xavier Passi. I'm a project assistant with the George Institute for Global Health. I work as part of the Guunu-maana team. We're the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Health program within the George. I've come along to Lowitja. This is my first Lowitja conference I've been to. So very excited to be here and hopefully, connect and network with people, learn some new things. I'm presenting on the dance methodology project on Wednesday, so excited for that, and I get to come and work with my dad while we're here and do a bit of crossover work. So the more I come to these events and these conferences working in health and research, I think it's sort of it's solidified my intentions on why I want to do what I want to do, given growing up with family. My grandmother was a public servant for Queensland Health for decades, and prior to this I was in education, so just sort of want to carry on the legacy, not only just culturally for my family and who I identify as, but for everyone in the workforce that's come before me and sort of paved the way for us, us next generation of researchers or people coming through to sort of build on those pathways and foundations. Excited. That's a bit about myself. I'll hand it over here.
Before we introduce your dad though, tell me about your presentation.
I'm presenting on the dance methodology. So we looked at Indigenous research methodologies, and we used dance, so Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander dance as reference to create a methodology for all researchers to use when coming into community. You're looking at how we prep for dance, so we looked at the stages of dance: preparation, performance, celebration, and all those different components of dance, and we sort of broke that down created a research tool, or an appraisal tool for researchers to come in and make sure we're doing things by respect is everything for us. So we want to ensure that everyone coming into communities have that respect, that we do the protocol, we have processes that we need to abide by, professionally and culturally. So, sort of connecting the two worlds. That's what I will be presenting on with my team on Wednesday. So.
Fantastic, Xavier. Thank you very much. And now, Dad?
Okay to go?
Yes,
yep.
Please.
So my name's Genus Passi. I'm from the Eastern Torres Straits, Murray Island and Darnley. The reason I'm here today is I've worked across this field for many years. And just recently started my own company called Namu Collective. Prior to starting Namu Collective, I used to, and I still do, I go into health teams and I teach culture and cultural practices across health in Australia. So, and that's not only in Townsville, North Queensland, where I come from, but across the country as well.
Can you give us a picture of how that happens? What do you do?
Yeah, so it's just probably over time. I've been in the health industry myself, managed some Indigenous health workers. As I mentioned recently, with the primary health, North Queensland Primary Health Network. So we manage that footprint in North Queensland and Far North Queensland, and managed 15 Indigenous health workers across that footprint. And we went into mainstream GP clinics, and part of my role was to go in and run cultural training with the GPs themselves. So that would go towards their CPD points and things like that. So as I'm starting to build, I guess, and grow the cultural stuff, and now with my son in the space, it was about coming here and networking. We've met quite some amazing people yesterday, and look forward to growing that network and continue the work we do. It's closing the gap, but not only for Australian First Nations, but across the world. And there's a nice New Zealand delegation here that we've met already. So looking forward to making those connections.
And do you have a message to mainstream doctors? What's your cultural message?
Oh yeah, look, I think when you identify as Aboriginal and Torres Strait, we're the experts of our own people. So what might be in a textbook doesn't happen on the ground. So it's about identifying people that work in the space that have the cultural knowledge to share that knowledge when it comes to cultural practices and protocols, and then that there will make it a lot more accessible for our people to access health. So it's about, and learning is every day. It's not a one-off cultural training session that you've done and now you know all about how First Nations people operate. It's not the case. It's an ongoing learning constantly.
Thank you so very much.